Hi everyone, my name is Nur Sa'adah binti Muhammad Noor and I welcome you today in this very interesting lesson on Say This, Not That. The title of the second episode is Being Polite. In this lesson, we are going to talk about certain ways in which you can deal with the way you speak in English in a polite manner so that you can communicate the message very well. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start learning. First one is the simplest, quickest way to ask someone to repeat himself is just to say,
"What?"
It is not impolite, but it is best to use this with people you know. With people you don't know or people you have a formal relationship with, there are more polite phrases you can use. For example,
"Could you repeat that, please?"
Yes. Could you repeat that, please? Sounds more polite. Second is the way you ask someone that you have just met with the question, "Who are you?" It sounds quite impolite if we ask who you are, especially when we want to start a conversation with someone. Thus, to be more polite, we can say,
"May I ask your name?"
Yes, may I ask your name sounds better when you want to initiate a conversation. Next one is when we want to interrupt in any conversation. Instead of saying,
"Can I say something?"
we can say,
"Can I say something here, please?"
Yes, the word please in the question helps you being polite person. Imagine you are in a meeting and one of your colleagues says something that is just overtly incorrect. So you might probably want to correct him by saying,
"Huh? You were wrong."
Actually, it sounds rude when you say that to him. Instead of saying you are wrong, we can say,
"I think you might be mistaken."
Yes, it is not only make you sound polite, but it also makes your colleague easily accept your message. Next, when we want to use the bathroom or the toilet in someone's house or in a restaurant and we want to be polite, we don't just say,
"Hey, where's the toilet?"
This is a direct question and it sounds quite impolite. Thus, we can say,
"Excuse me, could you tell me where the ladies' room is, please?"
Yes, by starting your question with an "excuse me," showing you are being polite. In a situation when we want to request someone for something, we don't just say,
"Do this today."
This is an impolite manner because it shows that we are urging someone to fulfill the request. Thus, to be more polite, we can say,
"It would be great if you can do this today."
Yes, this is one of the polite ways when we are asking someone for help. Next, when we want someone to wait for us while we are looking for something or doing something else, we might just say,
"Wait."
However, this is not the polite way to ask someone to wait for us. In other words, to be more professional and polite, we can say,
"Just a moment, please."
Yes, it is just the simplest and easiest way to remember. Just a moment, please. In a situation when we want to decline an invitation by our friend, we don't just say,
"No, I can accept your invitation."
By saying this directly to your friend may disappoint him. Thus, in order for you to sound more polite, you would say,
I'm sorry. I can't make it. I've got something else planned.
Yes, this is one of the ways we politely saying no to any invitation without hurting anyone's feeling, and we can still have a positive relationship. Let's say you are in a meeting and one of your colleagues throws in the ideas, but you don't think it is a good idea. You cannot just simply say,
That's a bad idea.
this will make you sound rude, and most probably your colleagues cannot accept your criticism. Thus, to be more polite, we can say,
I think that could be a better idea.
yes, by saying this will make us sound polite and look more professional. Imagine you are in a situation where your uncle offers you food that you don't like to eat and you refuse to take it from him. You cannot directly say,
I don't like it.
this is too direct and sounds rude. So instead of saying, I don't like it, you can say,
I don't really like it. I'm afraid.
yes, I don't really like it. I'm afraid. Sounds more polite and you will not feel guilty about it. Generally, when people request you to do something, you end up saying,
Yes.
well, it is not impolite, but it's kind of a little bit boring. Let's try the other alternative of saying yes. We can say,
Sure, I can.
yes, rather than saying yes, we can say, sure, I can, when responding to any request. Normally, when we are going to leave someone, we tend to say,
Goodbye.
actually, it is not considered impolite, but it is better to replace goodbye by saying,
See you next time.
for example, it was a short meeting, but we have a lot to catch up on. See you next time. Imagine that if someone asks you to volunteer for an event, but you absolutely do not have time to do so, you might probably say,
I am busy.
however, this is impolite and it comes with rejection. Thus, instead of saying I am busy, we can say,
I've got too much on my plate right now.
yes, you can say, I would love to volunteer, but I can't. I have got too much on my plate right now. Let's say you are in an interview session and the interviewer asks you a question that you're not really sure of the answer. Please don't directly say,
I don't know.
it is not only impolite but also shows a sign of unprepared. Thus, instead of saying I don't know, you can say,
Let me think. Just for a moment.
yes, you can say, wow, that's a good question. I've honestly never thought about it. Let me think just for a moment. It normally happens to us when someone asks a question and we don't really understand it. We might say,
I don't understand.
it's quite impolite when we directly say, I don't understand. Thus, to be more polite, we can say,
Sorry, I don't get it.
yes, you can say, sorry, I don't get it. Could you repeat that, please? Imagine you are in a gathering and your friend plays a song that you really don't like. You cannot directly say,
I hate this song.
this is too direct and sounds rude. So, instead of saying, I hate this song, you can say,
not very fond of this song.
Yes, I'm not very fond of this song. Sounds more polite and you will not feel guilty about it. Let's say you are in a library and there is a person who is talking loudly. You feel annoyed with him and want to ask him to lower down his voice. Please don't directly say,
"Shh, turn your voice down."
it's impolite when we directly say that to him. Thus, to be more polite, we can ask him by saying,
"Would you mind turning down your voice, please?"
yes, instead of directly urging him to turn his voice down, we can politely ask this question to him. That wraps up 10 minutes with me today. Hopefully, today's episode will be beneficial for you guys. Before I end, please subscribe and turn on notification of the THC YouTube channel for more episodes of Say This Not That videos. See you next time with more tips. Thank you. Goodbye.